So today on Project Shop we have a massive pile of copper. A lot of this is 600 MCM, 250 MCM, and then some of this other stuff here. I'm not sure what size it is. Now this came from two different customers. This bin came from one customer, and everything from here up came from another customer, along with this massive pile over here. Big old chunk of 600 and some of these other runs. I think they were going to try to save some of this, but they decided to sell it to me. So I'm happy about that. And we're going to waste no time and start sending this through the Copper King over there. Now I got the jaw set up. We're going to cut this coil down a little bit. I think it's just these 2 or 3 coils on top, and the rest of this stuff they've already cut into basically the perfect size lengths. So I'm going to be able to shred through this top half super fast. The bottom half, it's got some stuff in it about this size. I think that's the max big stuff, and then it's got a little spaghetti and whatnot. We'll go through it and get what we need, but I think between what I got from the first customer and the second customer, we're sitting on about 3,500 pounds or more, literally over 1.5 tons of some nice strippable copper. So we're gonna waste no time, cut this up, start shredding it through the Copper King. Copper King's been taking some abuse lately. Been running a lot of 600 through it, and I'm noticing this chain is getting a little stretched. So hopefully it lasts. It's a holiday weekend. I'm not going to be able to get parts if anything breaks. We do got the backup wire stripper in case. And I mean, if we had to, I'll strip every bit of this with my fillet knife. But I doubt we'll have to get to there. Now I do have some of this wire here, which was left over from the last little bit of wire. And I have this bucket. We probably ain't even going to strip that. We'll just sell that off. And there's a ton of wire on the floor and a chunk on the table that we missed from last time. So hopefully, my estimate is if we can strip most of this, we're going to get between 9 and 10 grand out of it. I'm hoping, which will be another great payday. If you watch my last couple videos, you can see I had my biggest scrap ticket of $14,000. Now, unfortunately, most of that was bright and shiny that I just bought and sold. There was no upgrading to it. I just got paid like basically $300 to $400 a box. The one I got paid, there was 2 heavy boxes. I got paid a little over $500 a piece for them, just to transport them from Pompano to Miami. Basically 3 hours worth of work. I made $1,000 on the one trip, and then I made 2 other trips at about $350 a piece, or $340, something like that. You know, so it came out to be a little over $100 an hour just for transporting it. But I did buy the rest of this insulate from that customer. He's still stripping some of the big stuff. I'll be back over there next week. Right now it's Sunday, it's a holiday, Labor Day weekend, so I can't do nothing until Tuesday. And the guy that I got the big bus bar from is the guy I got this from. He says he's got even more bus bar coming. And I did keep a piece of bus bar right here. Nice thick piece that I can replace this for. If you guys have been watching, you know that I found out that the hard spot in here, like, it'll go, but there's a rough spot right there. If you don't crack it, it doesn't want to, it just catches. And that's because I rolled that hole up. Just, you know, that bus bar had a bunch of holes, as you can see, like that. Maybe you can see it better from this side. All them holes, that's the way the bus bar came. So what I had on hand when I made this, I wanted to make it out of copper. But we'll use this piece. It's a little thicker, or it might be the same thickness. It just feels heavy because it's long. But I will clean it up and make it shiny. I did clear coat these pieces to keep them shiny, you know. But as you can see, that belt's wearing on there, you know, the dust and whatnot. Ultimately, what I would like to do with this machine is use a lot of copper, brass, and stainless to basically make my own machine. I'm hoping I can get into that soon, because this thing's definitely been rode hard, and you know, I keep it maintained as much as I can, but there's a lot of upgrades that I want to do this thing, that I've talked to you guys, especially with dealing with this button here and what I want that to do. And I actually want to integrate this machine, which only has a 1.5 horse motor. I want to put it on here. I got a bunch. These are I might not use these particular ones, but I have a bunch of big discs. Matter of fact, they're back here. It's big old 2-inch thick discs. See that big old thing? I'm going to cut some smaller ones down. I want to put a counterweight on this thing, or a flywheel, I mean, and basically fire up this 220 motor, engage the flywheel, and then from that flywheel I want to be able to engage this machine, and maybe even another machine, all in one unit. And what I really want to do is take this and flip it back the way it's supposed to be, turn it around, because it really doesn't matter where this plate is. It just, you know, the direction of this is going to matter. And I want to have that right here, so I could be feeding it at the same time. But before I do that, I need to do some upgrades to get this thing to stop making needles. Okay, I got a really good idea for that. And you know, I'd like to have literally the ultimate copper wire stripping machine. I mean, we're on our way. We got a pretty good setup here as it is, but you know, I want to take this to the next level. I'm always got improvements going on in my mind. All right, enough bullshit, and let's get on to the cutting up this wire and start sending it through that machine. All right, so today's motivation is going to be brought to you by nice clean water with a little bit of lemon or lime. And we're going to be cranking some corn up in here, but y'all can't listen to that. YouTube will, you know, do its thing. But for now, we're going to do a jaw cam. Oh, it don't like that. water dripping out of that wire. Damn, that's crazy. You done paid for some water. Gonna have to dock them for that. careful, the thing has a butt connector.
I heard copper prices are about to soar.
Really?
Yeah.
We absolutely shredded through that first little bit. Some big nuggets down in there. We're gonna pull them out first. We got about 2/3 of a box. I'm gonna get down in here and try to compact this down. I'm definitely probably gonna have to break out that other box I got. Right, now moving on to a smaller size, temporarily. We still got some nuggets down in there, and we still got that pile to get to. We're gonna try to strip it all. Okay, I'm gonna peel off some of this shit. See this here, that's communication cable. They snuck that shit in there on me. That's what we're looking for right there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna drop the jaw down in there. Oh, hey, someone lost their safety glasses. I'm just gonna drop that jaw down in there and make some cuts. Okay. That jaw makes light work of that stuff.
Safety brake, man.
Okay, we got about 3/4 of a box full. Now I've been getting up in here and stomping this down, so this box is weighing. I'm gonna say we got at least a ton in here already, or close to it. I think they get like 3,500 pounds in these boxes, 3,000, so we're close to 2,000 pounds. Got a lot of spaghetti in here, a couple pieces of thick stuff. Unfortunately, there's some number 2 insulate, some communication cable. I'm gonna have to talk to them guys about that. I can't be buying that as high dollar number 1. Actually, I did pay a little bit less than this than the bundles of 600 I was getting from them. So we might be all right, but I'm still gonna say something to them and get them to drop the price. So we got all this mess over here to go through yet. I'm gonna take a break. We got 5 bags and then another one back there. I estimated about 400 pounds of insulation on all this. And then this stuff here This is gonna be, we'll put this on the top. This is gonna be easy, man. I'm just gonna hit this with the jaw, cut it right down in half, and we'll blow through this in like 20 minutes. So we're gonna take a break, get something to eat, and then we can get right back on this. Okay, I'm back at it. It's the next day. We wind up cutting off after eating something. It was getting kind of late, like 11 o'clock. Now, we started somewhere around 7:30 or 8, so there was only like 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours to get to this 3/4 full barrel or bin here. Now, I kept getting up in here and stomping this down, so this thing weighs, man. There's a lot. I'm gonna say there's close to 2,000 pounds in here. I forget what I estimated we should have had, but hopefully we're going to be like $9,500, close to 10 grand in copper. Now, if I can bust down some transformers, we can definitely get there. But I got to do a brake job on my truck and change the oil. So I don't know how much work I'm going to be able to get done today, but I definitely want to get this wire strip. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to fire up the jaw and just drop it down in here and make a bunch of cuts, liberate some of this wire, and we're just going to keep on stripping. Okay. I almost want to dump this stuff out of here because I can kind of get to the wire easier when it's just on the floor. But we're just going to start stripping here, try to pull out some of this bigger stuff, and see how it goes. Now today's music, I'm going to put the time lapse on. And today's music is going to be the best of Foghat. Now, unfortunately, y'all can't listen to that with me, but you'll get some copyright-free YouTube music. Okay, we're gonna do a little head cam action, make a couple more cuts in here with the jaw. I'm pretty much looking for this size wire. I got the machine pretty much dialed in for it. We're just gonna fire this thing up, jam that in there, slide this over. Gonna make some random cuts in here, liberate this wire a little bit. Oh, it's a nice little piece. Just drop it in there. Cut here. And I don't know if we can get this in one shot, but we're gonna try. That is a big chunk. Oh, yeah, mowed right through that. Now it does get a little distorted sometimes, as you can see. Sometimes it actually pushes and starts to open up that blade. We're gonna have to get another one with one of those things that locks on here and won't let them blades open up. We're just gonna drop this down in there and make a couple more cuts. Help free up some of this copper. One more. Okay. Now I always take this off because even though that's off, see these red lights coming on? If you leave that on there, it keeps that solenoid on. One time, I came back after like a week of not using this thing, and that solenoid for that thing was left on. So I try to keep everything unplugged and, you know, not burning itself up. This is like nice wire. Let's see if we still dialed for this. I've been having a lot of problems with that. It'll kick off to the side. And I actually have an idea to keep that from happening. Should have made some more cuts in here. Look at that nugget. Brought me a present. All right. That was stripping nice. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. I'll keep that. That's a keeper. Oh, there's another one. One little kink. That green wire's stripping real nice. Oh, we got a mess. Green wire's coming right off. See, sometimes, I don't know if it's different manufacturers or what, or different thicknesses of wire. But you can see, it stripped it. I mean, it's coming right off, but it didn't peel it like that green wire. Where's that green wire? That's coming out of there clean. See that? I don't know why it does it with some wire. It might just be the different thickness. I don't know. It could be a multitude of different things. Stripping. Nice. All right, we really should be sticking to one color. Yeah, let's just stick to the green real quick. That's normally how I do it. Oh! Now, ultimately, it'd be better if I could run this in one long run. You know, like that spool that I cut up. But on the back side, it'll be a nightmare. Okay, we're down to the last little bit here. We got some big stuff, a little bit more 600, and then whatever this stuff is. And then we have a pretty much full Gaylord box. I've been stomping this thing down. I'm hoping this thing weighs pretty good. So, how much?
5,000.
No way. There was only
45.
No, there was only there was only like 3,500 pounds of copper. So we're gonna have to minus at least 400 pounds for insulation.
Oh yeah.
So probably like 2,900 or something, maybe. Hopefully 3,000 pounds. So we're gonna get right on cutting this stuff up with the jaw to make it a little smaller and easier to handle. And then that's gonna be it for today, man. You did a good job and created a whole big mess of insulation. I think we probably had 6 or 7 bags already. 8, 7, 8, probably 9 bags. And then we got this here. This is all the #1 insulate that I'm just gonna sell off. And we're not even gonna worry about stripping too much, too tedious. I ain't got time for that. All right. Let's get this jaw out here. freaking tape.
Well, it is on bus, it's full of scale.
All right, there you have it. We have a full box. This is the biggest box of copper I've ever stripped. I've done some pretty decent amounts before, but I think this is going to be the heaviest and probably worth the most. And that last little bit was like the icing on the cake, man. The little 600, and it stripped so fast compared to that spaghetti we spent like 3 hours messing with. So I have this and that insulate I'm going to sell tomorrow. We didn't get a chance to get on the transformers, but those are still there. There's a pile up there. I'm supposed to go pick up some more. And Copper King absolutely shredded this wire, and I think I got a little more slack in my chain now.
Yeah, you do.
Look at that.
You just take it off by hand.
So we're gonna have to get a new chain, and we put some wear on that belt. But overall, it did good, and we're gonna go get some tacos now, and we'll come back and bring this to Miami in the morning and see what we got. Okay, we made it down to Miami with that copper, but not without incident. Look at this. We about lost the wheel on the trailer. That thing is cooked. Now I'm supposed to be somewhere in like 2 hours, so I don't have really too much time to mess with this. I'm gonna pull this off real quick, see if I have a bearing or if it's even salvageable. If I remember correctly, this side on this front axle was damaged probably like right after I got the trailer. I've always had problems with this bearing right here. The whole axle needs to be changed out. Actually, both of them do. Maybe I'll go with a heavier axle too. But yeah, we're pretty much screwed, man. We've been hauling too much copper. Now this is 100% my fault for not checking these bearings after this trailer had sat for like over a year. And I should have did some maintenance on this thing. I just put it right back into service and been driving all over the state hauling a lot of weight, so I really can't complain. I'm just hoping that the axle is salvageable and we didn't mess up that thing, but we're gonna find out here in a second. All right, we got it jacked up, and yeah. That hub might be trashed. I doubt I'll be able to salvage it, but we're gonna find out here in a second. Okay, this thing is cooked. There's your problem. Ain't got no damn grease. Holy smoke. That might be salvageable if I can get that race out of there. Problem is, did we screw this up? Oh. Problem is on the bottom of this, that thing wear a flat spot. Wow. Well, even if we can salvage it, this thing needs to be replaced. Regardless, there's some big old grooves in the bottom of that. See that? So let me see if I can't pop this stuff off real quick, and then see if I got a set of bearings. Okay, so this thing is pretty trashed. These threads are just done. So this whole axle's cooked. I mean, even if these threads weren't trashed, the whole bottom of this thing is just worn away. So I got no choice but to put a couple straps on this and just send it. We're gonna head back to West Palm. I'm gonna have to pull this axle and go get a new one. Okay, there you go. We are double strapped, and not having a fender actually worked out better. I mean, this isn't a good situation, but it worked out better not having a fender. Otherwise, it would have been hard to pull that thing up. So we're just gonna take our time, get back to West Palm. I kind of looked at all these other bearings. We're gonna go buy a brand new axle for this. I'm gonna have to pull this axle out first and bring it with me. And We'll probably wind up getting brakes for this trailer because this thing definitely needs some brakes. So hopefully we make it back to West Palm. Okay, so here's the ticket for that last of that big wire. We had 3,247 pounds of bare bright. We got $3.30 a pound for $10,715.10. We had 183 pounds of #1 wire, all the spaghetti wire I wasn't going to strip. I got $2.30 a pound for it, $420.90 for $11,136. Now, that was like a month ago, so copper's actually come down. I've been to the scrapyard a couple times since. It's come down a little bit, and for this job here, I think I paid. Yeah, that was from 2 different customers. I paid $5,000 for all that black wire, the pallet and the stuff that was on top of the metal case, and I paid like $2,000 for what was in the metal case. So I was like $7 grand into that, and so we made like $4,000 over the weekend. Now, that was a continuation of the last video, the $30,000 worth of wire I scrapped. So this was pretty much added to it. Now we started on a Wednesday. We did all that 30 grand by Friday. And then I picked this up at the end of the day Friday. It was Labor Day weekend, so I sold it on a Tuesday. So within a five-day period, I sold over $40,000 worth of bare bright copper and #2 bus bar. And that bus bar that I picked up and sold, that was nothing. Wait till you see the bus bar I picked up upcoming. So also we started cleaning the shop over here, well, somewhat, and we're kind of gonna go around because there's like an explosion of scrap going on back here and just an absolute mess. Plus I did a job for the guy I got that mill from the other day, and I moved some heavy equipment for him. He's gonna come over here, help me get this thing set up and dialed in. He's got the digital readout and some other tools and stuff for this he's gonna bring over. So stay tuned for that. We're really gonna push forward and I'm really gonna make it a mission to get everything up and running in this shop the way it's supposed to be, or the way I envision it. So this is an operational shop where I can actually do the stuff I really wanna do, which is build equipment and soup this thing up. So I was down in Miami the other day. They actually got themselves, I think it's a Blue Rock wire stripper, similar to this. It does have these 4 roller setup, but it actually has a single one attached to it. And it looks nice and everything like that. I was down there watching his guy run it, and I was like, hold on, dude, let me see something. I kind of had to show him how to do it because they thought that they could just leave it not adjusted. And I was like, dude, you have to adjust it somewhat. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you can get 3 or 4 wires, you know what I'm saying? But when you start moving into the bigger stuff, you got to adjust the machine. You got to adjust it when you go down to the smaller size. They were just trying to run. They weren't even getting it to peel on the backside. I'm like, what's the point of having this machine if you're still having to peel it on the backside like you were with your single roller setup? You know, so I told him, man, I come down there and give his guys a little lesson on how to strip wire. So if you come as far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I've been up in Orlando the past week doing a huge lighting job. I did a nice lighting job down in Miami a couple days before that. I'm actually leaving tomorrow morning to go back to Orlando. Steve's supposed to come over here now. We're going to try to knock out the rest of these things. The guy's been, he's not really waiting, but it's been like a couple weeks now since, probably like a month or so since I gave him them last things. So I really need to knock them out and get them out of here so that we can move on to some other projects. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen a copper dance before? Okay, I'm back at it. I got all that. I'm actually in the process of offloading that the transformers I picked up today and the copper wire. I'm gonna work on that first. I actually went home and crashed for a couple hours because last night, probably somewhere around 12 or 1, I don't even know when, I sat in my office to eat something and I literally passed out in my office chair and then woke up at like 3 or 4 in the morning with a kinked neck. And then got right back on the transformers, went home for a split second, showered, changed, got on the road, went to Miami. On the way back, picked up that, got back to West Palm, picked up over 3,000 pounds of bus bar, came back here, dropped that trailer off, went back over to that guy who's actually right around the corner, picked up his trailer with all of this stuff on it. So I'm hoping I got some help coming here in a little bit. Otherwise, I'm just going to be working all night by myself again. I got to get this guy's trailer back to him tomorrow. And I need to recover my money out of that, that bus bar, because that was over $8,000 for that stuff. Now, I had to pay a premium for that because he was giving me this for free. But I still am hopefully going to make about 450 bucks just for loading it and taking it to Miami with the rest of my stuff. So I can't complain about that. This is all going to be a bonus, but like I said, I got to get his trailer back to him. Now let's see what we got here. Some of these might just knock out.
It's just falling out. Oh, it's a tough one. All right. Man, that got heavy real quick. I can tell that's going to be a tough one.